All right, now time for the Cats and Dogs review. Chrissy, what's it all about?
This is the hotly anticipated sequel to Cats and Dogs. They actually waited 9 years to do a sequel. It's in 3D, which of course we all needed. We needed to be able to reach out and touch the fur. And it plays on the same idea as before, that cats and dogs have this very rich interior life when humans aren't around. Not only that, but they also have super spy gadgetry and all kinds of cool training. And they now not only fight each other, but have teamed up against a common foe. Let's take a look.
Alert! Your mission, should you decide to accept it, will be revealed at HQ. This squirrel will self-destruct. But first, a little dance.
Sure you okay, big shot?
Fine, good. No, not good, not good. Yeah, I'm gonna barf.
Welcome to Dog HQ.
3 hours ago, we intercepted this transmission.
I will enslave all mankind!
You can't begin to imagine how dangerous she is.
Our worst fears come true.
We have no other choice.
Cats and dogs will have to work together.
Oh boy.
Your new collar is fitted with the lockpick.
All right, you know, I believe what we did was we switched roles on this one, Chrissy, because
It's weird, yeah.
Yeah, I janked this one way down.
Yeah.
Okay, but before I unleash on the movie, I'm curious to see why you might have thought it was pleasant.
Because I likes me a good talking animal movie, and I'm not ashamed to say it. I laugh.
I think you ought to be. I think you ought to be.
I'm not. I am a dog person. I have also had cats, so the idea of like animal talking and having these funny, weird secret lives kind of cracks me up. I know it's really adolescent and really stupid. I think it's pretty funny. I mean, it's a spy send-up. Some of the jokes are a little obvious, but I laughed the whole way through. Bette Midler, I think, is hysterical as Kitty Galore. She's just deliciously evil and over the top. It's a good voice cast. Roger Moore plays the head of MEOWS, the secret kitty organization. It's cute. Like, I laughed the whole way through. The Silence of the Lambs bit was very funny.
All right.
I will admit this.
Now, let me...
Release the Kraken!
Okay. No, not buying it. Okay. Now, here's the situation. I kept thinking, Christy, am I... is it because I'm an adult that I'm hating this movie this much? Maybe if I was a kid, I'd give it a 4, right?
Wow.
To give you a sense of how much I did not like it. You know why? Don't get me wrong. It's not that it was an unpleasant movie. You're right. It was pleasant. They had the cute little spoofs. They did the Bond spoof. They did the, Silence of the Lambs spoof. There's nothing wrong with the movie, except it's utter boredom that I
Why were you
experienced.
bored?
Because it was such a formula. It was like 2 + 2 = 4. Except in this case, it was 2 + 2 = bore.
Oh,
And
cute.
oh, clever. That's what I do. I'm in the clever business. Anyway, I'm thinking like, please throw me a curveball. Anything.
Throw you a bone.
Yeah, throw me a freaking
We're
bone,
going
man.
to be bad punny people today here.
Yeah. No, and if you're gonna do, look, first of all, Bond spoofs under any context should be banned now. Because after Austin Powers, we're done. We're done. Because not only did he do it so thoroughly, but he knocked it out of the park. You're never going to do it any better than that. Okay? So spare me.
Yeah, but this is with animals, and the animals talk.
Uh-huh.
So how do you get past that? I mean, just stop right there. That's all you need to know.
Okay. Now, the other reason I didn't like it was that, get a load of this, you want to see curveballs. It was a little racialist.
With the pigeon?
With the
Cat
pigeon.
Williams pigeon?
Yeah, now here's why, okay? In any standard formula movie, right, you're going to, like, this is a Bond spoof, so you go through all the stupid Bond stuff, right? And then on top of that, you have, X, Y, and Z. Everybody knows it, right? And one of those things is a black sidekick who talks funny and who's the funny character, like the donkey in Shrek, etc.
Okay.
Or the worst case scenario, Jar Jar Binks, right?
Right.
And I thought Seamus the pigeon was a lot closer to Jar Jar Binks than the donkey in Shrek. And every time he talked, it made me uncomfortable.
But isn't a lot of that just Cat Williams doing Cat Williams kind of stand-up-y shtick without the crassness, the profanity? Isn't that just sort of him being himself in some ways, but his character has feathers?
Yeah,
No?
I wasn't buying
Okay.
it. I was like, oh, here comes guy talking funny. Oh, it's the sidekick, ha ha ha. And I didn't love the jokes. But maybe if you're a kid, or Christy. Oh, I'm sorry. That's too. I shouldn't say that. That's wrong. That's wrong.
Yeah.
Okay. So I went all the way down to a 2.5.
Shocking. Is this an
Okay.
all-time low for you? 2.5?
No, I did Greenberg lower, which you also really liked.
I would have given Greenberg 4 stars if I had reviewed it for AP. I loved me some Greenberg.
Wow. All right. So what'd you give Cats and Dogs?
6.5. Here's my problem with it. The effects that make them look like they're actually talking were kind of jumpy and fake for my liking. I think that my talking animal should look realistic.
Okay.
That's just me.
All right. See, you're stuck on the talking animals, but all right, you're very clear on it.
Cute.
All right. So between the 2.5 and the 6.5, we wind up with an average of a 4.5. Probably we're kind of where it should be, I suppose, you know? So if that's your kind of thing, you'll probably kind of enjoy it. If you're being a skeptical jerk like me, you might not enjoy it as much.